Please hang up and try again.
Hello, different location today. I am in California visiting some family. It's fun. It can be a little bit stressful at times, but I'm going to be here for quite some time. So I've been able to go to a wedding. I've been able to spend some time with my grandparents and my aunts and my uncles and kind of reconnect and have fun. Uh, Living in California was great. And then when I joined the military, I moved out. I've moved everywhere. I've moved to Northern California, to Texas, to North Carolina, even overseas to Okinawa, and now I'm living in Nebraska. So I only get to see people for weddings and holidays and stuff like that. And here I am back for a wedding, which means that I'm gonna miss Thanksgiving, but oh well, it'll be fun. So let's get to it. What I really wanted to talk about today was my recent blog post. You may have seen it. It basically said, um, it just talked about how sometimes we have no idea what to say. Our friends will come to us, our loved ones will come to us, and obviously they want to reach out in some way. So they'll tell us a story. And we struggle with finding the right words, and sometimes we make small mistakes, which is normal. Everybody makes mistakes. So, but the one thing that you don't want to do is kind of shut them down, or to tell them that their feelings aren't valid, or that it doesn't make sense, that they're upset, or that they're still upset, or something like that. What you want to tell them is that you're listening and you maybe don't understand, but you feel for them and you love them and you care about them and you want to hear more. Basically, tell them that they came to the right person, because they're not just going to choose anybody to go to unless they feel a connection, or they feel like maybe that person can relate. Maybe that person is their peer. So they've chosen you because they feel like they can trust you, or they feel like you might have some insight. And if you don't have insight, that means that they trust you. So what I want you to do is I want you to think about how you react to them. A lot of times we want to tell people, it gets better, hang in there, don't worry. And then we feel like that's it. That's all I need to tell you. Really, maybe ask questions. How are you doing? Are you, do you want to talk about this? Are you thinking about hurting yourself? Something like that. There's a lot of different questions that you can ask, and I guarantee you're going to feel much better giving them the time and listening to their problems and hearing a little bit more about it than you are if you kind of brush them aside or you hurry them out, and then you realize that it was much worse than you thought it was. Um, Sometimes too, they're not going to tell you their deepest, darkest secrets. They're not going to come to you and say, my my good friend or my family member killed themselves and that made me feel really horrible, and then go into their biggest regret or their biggest fear or their biggest difficulty that they're having right now. Sometimes they're going to test the waters if they haven't talked to you before about, oh, I had car problems today, I got a flat tire, and you're going to see a lot of times that they are obviously reacting to this on a very emotional level. And you may look at them and think, a flat tire, why are you so upset about a flat tire? But it doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter how you think they should be reacting to this. For some reason, they are reacting to it on a visceral level, on a very deep emotional level. And a lot of times that means that it's not just about the tire, or if you've seen that video, it's not just about the nail. There's more to it than that. And so asking them questions and getting them to talk might lead you to what is actually really bothering them, which could be something, from their past, or something from a few months ago that they just haven't dealt with yet. So take the time and ask them and think about it. I know that I don't tell everybody everything that's gone on with me. I mean, I'm sure I will soon. That's the whole goal right here, is kind of tell you guys as much as I can. But as you noticed, if you've watched my videos from the beginning, I haven't started with, the biggest things, or even that much so far. You know that I suffer from depression. You know that I suffer from post-traumatic stress, and you know that it has affected me very deeply. But you don't know necessarily why, and that's because that I'm I'm working my way up to it. And a lot of times you're going to see that with your friends and your family, that they're going to work their way up to it. So once again, ask some questions, learn a little bit more, sit with them. I know that I've never regretted spending extra time with my friends and my family when they were in need, but I have regretted at times walking away and not being sure that I gave them as much as I could, or even a little bit of extra time. You may not always have the time, and that's understandable, but make a date, make an appointment, make, a call for later. Say, hey, I wish I had time right now. Maybe we can talk later. Can I call you tonight at 5? Can I call, make a time so that they know that you legitimately are putting them on the books. You are important to me. And if you have to say that, say that. You are important to me, and I want to hear what you have to say. Sometimes that's all they need. I went through a domestic violence course where we were learning how to be advocates and how to talk a little bit more to people. And one of the things that they said is that before you get off the phone, always tell them, I believe you. Because sometimes we take for granted that they might realize that we believe them, or we take for granted that they might realize that we care about them, or that we want to talk to them, or that they are important to us. Never take for granted that they know what you're thinking, because you don't know what they're thinking. So tell them exactly, and then you'll feel better about it at the end of the day. There's so many things that I wish that I had said sometimes. Anyways, take the time, listen. Who cares about the platitudes? Yeah, time heals all wounds, whatever. Um, Sometimes it takes more time, and sometimes it takes more than just time. Sometimes it takes talking too. I can't just wait for things to heal sometimes. If I just waited for a broken bone to heal, it would probably heal improperly. I want my bones and I want my mental health to heal properly. So give them more than just, telling them to wait. Give them a little bit, just listen. Sometimes that's all it takes. And I'm glad you were here. Thank you for listening to me. And I hope that, whenever you need somebody, that they'll be there for you as well. Take care, and you're important to me.